Hello, Internet! I'm Elliot the Purple Hair Doofus, and welcome back to The Drawing of the Three by Stephen King. Today we're covering Chapter 4 of The Prisoner, entitled The Tower. I hope you've read that section, because I do not want to ruin anything for you. This section has our dear friend Eddie, and he is stripped down to his underwear in an interrogation room where 7 agents are standing around him, staring at him, wondering what his story is. And they are all trying to get him to confess that he was dragging drugs through the airplane. They keep him there for 2 hours, and they can't get anything out of him, so they boot him from the office. And Eddie hops into a cab, and the whole time that he's in the cab, he keeps looking behind himself. And the cab driver asks, why are you looking behind yourself? Eddie doesn't really have an answer, and the cab driver thinks maybe he is, being tailed. And the cab driver assures him that he can get rid of any tail. And what Eddie is really looking back at is the door that Roland is on the other side of, wondering exactly how it got there. And he remembers a moment while he was being interrogated where Roland was not there. What Roland was actually doing was he was avoiding getting eaten by the lobstrosities. Eddie gets out of the cab and he realizes that he is being followed by both the law and the people that want the drugs from him.
Roland is inside of his head telling him how hungry he is, so he pushes Eddie to grab some food for him.
And Eddie also grabs some aspirin for the pain that he is feeling in his 2 missing fingers. Then we go back into the sandy beach area where we actually get a section of Roland fighting back the lobsters and making sure that his body that fell limp when he went through the door isn't eaten by the monster lobsters. And on the other side of the beach, he actually has the hot dog and soda that Eddie got for him. He drinks the soda and it's just like,
sugar rushed!
And he starts to wonder if the sugar in the soda is the same stuff as the heroin that he dragged out of Eddie. Eddie is then picked up by one of the henchmen of Balazar, who is the kind of drug pin that he's supposed to give the piles of drugs to. And Eddie is very worried about his brother Henry, because supposedly Balazar and his men have Henry held captive until they get the drugs. And then there's a scene where Henry is, I think he's drugged, or he's either drugged or beaten within an inch of his life because his speech is slurring and he's having problems staying awake. And the guys keep on tapping him, making sure that he is awake while they are playing Trivial Pursuit. Every answer that he gives to the questions is Johnny Cash, even when it's obvious the answer is Exorcist or Australia. It's kind of hilarious. And then we meet Balazar, who is obsessed with building card houses. Not like beautiful card houses, but just your basic triangle card house. And he asks about Henry, whether he's kept in horrible conditions like he asked, and a guy starts speaking to him in French, I believe, or Italian, and I can't understand what is written there. And I guess I could have probably Google translated it, but I really didn't want to.
So Eddie and the Roland inside of his head show up at Balazar's place, which is known as the Tower. Once Roland sees the tower through Eddie's eyes, he immediately freaks out because he thinks that this is a dark tower, and he starts getting his guns ready, and
Eddie's like, whoa, hold on, not a tower, just a sign. Calm yourself, calm. It takes Eddie a while to convince Roland that it's not wherever it is that he is supposed to be going to. And the whole time, the 2 men that are dragging Eddie into the tower are looking at his eyes and seeing them flash from brown to blue, from brown to blue, from brown to blue. And one of them even mentions, did you see his eyes? That was weird, man. That was creepy. Knock it off. And that is how our section ends for today. The question that I have for you today is, if you were meeting an outsider that didn't know about our foods, what would you feed them? What is a very stressful moment that you remember? For me, it was crossing the border into Iraq, because I had no idea what to expect. And while we were on our convoy getting ready to cross the border, we actually had to wait for for, I believe it was like an hour, just on the other side of Iraq before we could cross. And it was just kind of like, we're almost there, here it comes. Just wait for it. Hold it there. Just hold it forever. The stress is gonna get to you. It's almost there. You're so close. And that really freaked me out. Do not forget that the next book that I will be reading / finishing is Sakura Blue by Christopher Moore. Go out and grab it by any legal means necessary. Buy it at a bookstore, buy it on a Kindle, borrow it from a friend, borrow it from a library. I don't care what you do as long as it's legal and you read it before I ruin it for you. I've been Elliot Purple Diffus reminding you to watch your pajamas. And I will see you all in the next section of The Drawing of the Three by Stephen King. Toodles!